Welcome to Country Kickback, where you'll hear the latest music from performers you already know and discover new music and artists from around the world. If you have an artist you'd like us to chat with, reach out to the team at countrykickback.com, or you can watch our live videos and more by following us on social media and YouTube. Here is your host, Danni with the latest from Country Kickback.
Hi, how are we all? Wednesday, hump day. What's everyone been doing? I had a busy day at work and I've come home and we've got two great shows for you tonight. So it makes the long work day nice again. Have you guys been listening to any music this week? What has been on your playlists? Let me know. Send them in the messages or pop them in the comments and let us know where you're watching from. That would be good to know as well. We've got Ella and Sienna going to join us tonight and they're going to sing their new single for us. So we will welcome them into the room. Hi.
Hi. Thanks so much for having us on.
Thank you for coming. We were talking earlier about that beautiful sunset in the background. It's dark here, so it's quite dark actually tonight, which is unusual, but it's dark and cold. Have you had the cold weather? You've got
Yeah, it's still pretty freezing. It hasn't rained too much in the last couple of days, which was pretty good, but still freezing.
Yes. Yeah, we had a -2 this morning, so we don't get loads of those sorts of minuses, but we do get a few in this year. We've had a couple, which we're happy for them to stop now. Yeah. Now, we haven't had you on the show before, and I always say we're going to talk about your single, and we definitely will. But I wanted to know both of your music stories. What made you get into music? Why you're doing it, and why this genre as well?
Yeah. Well, I'll start. When I was about 3 years old, I think it was, I was watching Pink on the TV because Mum was really into Pink, and I was like, oh my God, that is so cool. That's like what I want to do. And I guess growing up, our parents always loved music. They weren't really musical in that sense, but Dad did play a bit of guitar, which is how Ella started. And I just thought it was so cool and I just loved it. So
yeah, we didn't actually end up getting singing lessons until about the start of high school for us both. We got lessons together, which I guess was kind of really the start of our music together. You know, we learned to sing together, learned to harmonize together, and we never really sing separately now. When we have to sing like solo for school stuff, we don't really like it too much. So yeah, we always have done all of it together. From singing lessons, started busking together, and that led on to gigs, I guess. So always been singing together.
Yes. And do you both play any other musical instruments as well? Have you sort of grown your tastes as you've got into it?
Yeah, it's quite funny. So we spent the first couple years of, busking and gigging just with myself playing guitar and Sienna and I on vocals. And
yes,
we thought, you know what, we want to add this other dimension to our sound. So Sienna thought, well, I could pick up the bass. So she's just, I guess in the last year or so, she plays bass in our duo gigs. But we also play with a band. We have 3 great boys that join us. We've got drums, bass, and a lead guitarist. And we thought, well, we're missing a piano player. So Sienna has now jumped on that. And yeah. So Sienna's kind of just jumps on every instrument that we need her.
You're obviously quick at learning, because I would struggle. I'd get so muddled between the different things. I'd really struggle actually. So you sing and you've learnt music together. Do you write together, or do you do that a bit separately?
Yeah, well, usually it really depends. That we've done heaps of different things, but I think what usually works for us is one person will have an idea and kind of write majority of the song, and then we'll come back and work on the arrangement and finalizing the whole thing together.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And that way you sort of bring each other's ideas, and I like it. I like that too. It's such a team to get you guys out and about. Have you had a chance to play live much since COVID? Because we were talking about before how it sort of slowed us down for so long, and then you get lots of interest, and then things still are getting a bit cancelled every now and again. But have you had much chance?
We actually had, I don't want to say a good time, but we made the most of a bad situation, I guess, when the first COVID lockdown started. So on our Facebook page, we actually started out like a lockdown live stream series, and we did a live stream. I think it was like every Friday for like, it was probably around 8 months.
Yes.
So many live streams, and I know heaps of other artists got on and did the same thing, because obviously we had heaps of gigs cancelled then. That was so much fun, and we got such great engagement, and we really found that that's what people needed. Like Friday night, they needed to listen to music. So since then, we've been able to do quite a few good gigs, a lot of local gigs, but we're super excited in the next coming months. We're going up to Brisbane in August, and then down to Melbourne in November, and we'll be back in Tamworth in January as well. So it's all happening. All happening.
All happening. It is. We're, as we were saying before, we're back to normal, as in gigs are starting to get booked. We just need people to pick up and buy the tickets and support us, and know that they're not going to lose their money. They'll get it back if something goes wrong, but it's not likely to now. We're at that point where we're getting out there and things are happening, which is really good.
Yeah, definitely. It's so important to support live music.
It is, isn't it? It's so important. And, you know, it's interesting because you were just saying then when COVID hit, people needed us, didn't they? They needed music, they needed lives. And I found the same. We started doing online festivals just to give people that interaction, and it was actually a really good time to get your name out there, because people had the time to listen to new artists. If they came up on their Facebook page, they'd have a click because they had time. And I think in that respect it was really good for us, but it just meant that our paid gigs weren't so good. So now it's time they can get out and see us in the real world and realize that we are human and we do have legs, and we can have fun again. Saved is your latest single. Tell us about writing this one and recording it. Tell us, where did the idea come from?
Yeah, well, I started this one. I had a bit of a bass chord progression kind of going, and it was kind of based around the idea of the classic fairy tale story where the prince saves the princess, except for we were kind of flipping it on its head, I guess. And that's kind of what I based it on. And for us, this one's really special because as young women in the music industry, we found it really important to talk about empowerment and really standing up for ourselves. So,
yeah, good. And you're right. It is in a lot of industries, I guess, that's important too. But in music, in the past, it hasn't been quite as even. And now we're starting to get a voice. The girls out there are really starting to pave the way. And I think Australia's one of the best at doing that. We're really lucky.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely opening up. So it's been a little while between singles, and again COVID and everything happening. What have you got planned now that you've got one out in the world? Are you planning on getting a few more and doing? You've got a few shows booked. Are you planning on going on a bit of a tour next year as well?
Yeah, that is the plan. We haven't really announced anything yet, but we can definitely say that there is a lot more original music coming soon. We actually went to Tasmania in May when we recorded this single as well. We spent a whole week with Matt Fell. It's the most awesome producer ever. And we recorded a lot of original music that had kind of been in the works for a few years now. So there's lots more to come.
Fantastic. Sure. And isn't Tassie the best? We're the best down here.
Yeah, it was our first time actually.
Oh, was it? Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was so gorgeous.
Yeah, we loved it. It was so Matt's studio was like in the middle of nowhere, like 1 hour out of Devonport. Yeah. And it was just the most beautiful backdrop ever with the mountains, and it was just so peaceful. It was
mountain. It's gorgeous. Yeah, absolutely gorgeous up there. I'm about probably not an hour and a half probably from there, roughly, maybe a bit less. But it is. We're very lucky down here. Did you get any snow when you were there?
We didn't, but you know, as we were like flying back home, we got the best view of like the top of the mountains. I was just like, had my phone out, just like, yes. It was so gorgeous. So yeah, definitely have to come back.
Yeah, definitely. And we've got a big hunger for music down here, so it's the perfect timing to. Every time you record, you may as well do a show. We may as well steal you to do a show when you're here.
Yeah, of course.
That's fantastic. So I know you're sitting there with the guitar. I didn't tell you before, but we usually sort of have a break partway through if someone's going to do a song and then come back in and have a bit more of a chat. So are you guys happy to still do a song?
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
Well, I'll give you the room and I'll come back in when you're finished.
Yeah, great. So we're just going to play a little acoustic version of our brand new single called Saved. Diving under the water, we're in the deep end now. Trying to keep our heads up, breathe slowly in and out. But every time a wave crashes, dragging me, pulling me under. As the current gets stronger, I push back harder. To bother coming back for me. It was time for me to leave. You're not that prince, I'm not your queen. Don't try to rescue me. I don't need to be saved. Caught in a rip again. This time there's no way out. Don't in your madness. I've had enough of it to know I'm not coming down. And just like a sinking ship, this is going under. But I'm done treading water, so just leave me alone. And don't bother coming back for me. It was time for me to leave. You're not that prince, I'm not your queen. Don't try to rescue me, 'cause I can do it on my own. Even when I am alone, I don't need you anymore. I can figure this one out on my own. I don't need to be saved. Through the darkness, I will find a way. I've never been stronger to smile through the pain. I'm doing fine without you. Don't bother coming back for me. It was time for me to leave. You're not that prince, I'm not your queen. Don't try to rescue me, 'cause I can do it on my own. Even when I am alone, I don't need you anymore. I can figure this one out. No, I don't need you to walk me home. I can figure this one out. I don't need to be saved. Thanks so much.
That was so lovely. You guys do work so well together, don't you? It's nice.
Thank you.
Scott popped in the room and he said that he's looking forward to seeing you both at a gig really soon. And
Absolutely.
he's based up in Hervey Bay, so when you're in Queensland, maybe he might be lucky enough to get close by to come and watch you.
Yeah, amazing. That would be awesome.
It'd be fun. So you said you're heading to Brisbane and you've got a few other shows. Can people get tickets already, or is it a little bit too early to get them for the shows you've got coming up?
Well, we're actually playing at the Ekka, so we're heading up.
The show, yep.
Off the top of my head, I think it's like the 10th to the 15th. one of the weeks in August.
Not
I get
far
nervous
away.
dates because I don't know if it's exact, but we have quite a few shows. Everything's going to be posted on our Facebook page. There'll be all the details and all the ticket links and stuff for that, but I don't think we've put any up yet.
No,
don't think there's any up yet, but definitely if people just chuck us a like or a follow on our Facebook and Instagram, just at Ella and Sienna, they'll find it.
And I think as Facebook, is it Ella and Sienna Music, I think?
Yeah.
Is that right? Yeah. And I have actually popped in the link up the top for everybody, your YouTube page, your YouTube channel, so they can click their subscribe from that. And I will try and add the Spotify one onto. Spotify doesn't always let me add the link. Sometimes it likes me and sometimes it doesn't. So if it does, I will give that a go, but sometimes it might not. So head over there if you are on Spotify anyway, and make sure you find them and press the love heart and follow on there as well.
Yeah,
it's so exciting to hear you guys coming with more music. Have you said you're heading to Tamworth in January? Have you, well, actually before I go there, I wanted to jump back really quickly and have a chat. The Voice. How did you guys go? I was going to leave it to sort of partway through, but I thought we'll go now before we talk about Tamworth. You were in Rita Ora's team. How did you find the experience? And is it something you'd recommend for anyone to do?
Yeah, I would say, going into it, we didn't really have any expectations. We had no idea what we were heading into. It had been on Sienna's bucket list for a while. I took a little bit of convincing. I was a little bit nervous, but overall, I think we had a really good experience just to be able to be in that really professional industry setting and just to see how, everything works, take it all in. And, the backstage crew, the whole production team, everyone was so lovely and so genuine. And they really wanted you to succeed. And I think we had a great season of artists as well.
Yes.
All the other musicians and performers, we obviously got to spend a lot of time with them because we were over there for, a month or so. We had, it's like our little Voice family. Like we made such great connections, and now we're heaps of the Voice artists are doing gigs together as well. So, I think it was really good. We were really proud of ourselves for stepping out of our comfort zone.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's a completely different thing, isn't it? When you're doing your music and you're singing your shows, you do it how it suits you, and then you get thrown into something like that where they're saying, well, you're not going to sing that song tonight, you're going to do this one, and it's probably a song you've not heard, or it's a fairly big thing to have to achieve, and then to do it on TV as well. There's lots of pressures, but it's good experience. And obviously, making those friends in the industry, I think the Australian industry works because we've got so many friendships and so many connections and we support each other. You're in a competition, but you're still supporting each other, aren't you? And there is no losers in that sort of a situation. Really. Yeah. And I think that's great too. Would you do something like that again?
I'm not sure that
you ticked it off.
But I definitely would recommend it to other people because it was a great experience. But I think we've done it.
Yep.
We're kind of
ticked it off. Ticked it off the bucket.
We're ready to do some more exciting things.
Yeah.
That will be fun. And you're heading to Tamworth. I'm heading to Tamworth. I say I've talked my mum into coming to Tamworth with me because I'm starting to get too many bags to carry of music gear and merchandise, and I don't know how I'm going to do it without someone. So I've talked her into coming, and she hasn't been to Tamworth before. But have you got shows pre-sorted? Are you going to Peel Street? What are you thinking for Tamworth?
I believe we have shows. We had for last January we had planned the entire festival, and we had a gig every single day. So I'm assuming that we'll get back. I don't know if any of them are really quite confirmed yet because it's still a while off. But we'll definitely have some shows at our favorite spots, maybe a couple little stages we had booked in. So, planning to go full out. Might do a little bit of busking. We'll see what happens. We're just super excited.
Sounds perfect. You'll have to come and have a chat to us, to have a chat to Country Kickback. I'm not sure where our venue is going to be yet. I'm still working on that. But you have to come and I'm going to do some speed interviews so that everyone can get to their gigs in time as well as around to gigs. Jonathan has popped in. He's in the UK. Jonathan, I haven't seen you for a little while. Let us know how you are and what you've been up to, Jonathan. He's based in the UK and he loves Australian music. He's so supportive.
Amazing. So cool.
He's always supporting all of us. So he knows a good sound when he hears it, which is good. So before we do wrap it up, I know that we always go over time, so I'm trying to be good. Facebook, it's Ella and Sienna Music. Instagram, you're on Instagram, and YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, all the regular places. Do you have a website as well?
We do have a website. It's ellaandsiennamusic.com.
Lovely. I'm going to put that in the comments as soon as we close the post. We've got another show coming tonight, and it's another one of Jules's artists as well. We've got Brittany Elise in a few minutes. So have you guys worked with Brittany before?
We haven't. No, we got to get. I reckon we got to get around the country. So because we're still pretty new to the country music scene. Probably like only 3 years now. So many people to meet and collab with and perform with, and
Well, you're in the right hands. I think Jules should do a Wild Hat publicity show with all of you guys doing songs. That would be fantastic.
That would be cool.
Yes. Well, thank you so much for joining us, and I hope we get to see you really soon because I know, as you said, you've got lots more music coming and big plans. So I hope we can get you back for your next single.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having us. We really appreciate your support.
Anytime. Now, guys, we will be back in about, what time is it? Nearly 7 o'clock. We'll be back at 7:15, so in about 15 minutes' time. So don't go away too far. Go and get a cup of tea and come back. Well, actually, while you're making a cup of tea, you could go over and stream Saved while you're doing that. May as well make some use of the time and enjoy it while you're doing it. But thank you again, girls. It's been absolutely lovely having you on. And I hope you come back.
Absolutely. We'll do.
See you very soon.
See ya. Thank you.
Thank you for listening. We hope you've enjoyed today's program. See you next time with the latest with Country